Hey folks, welcome to the Adventure Sports Podcast. This is not a regular episode. We are announcing our Adventure Grant winners. And before we jump in, I really just want to say thank you to everyone that applied. We were blown away by the amount and the quality of the applications. And so choosing our top three was really difficult because we have three levels of our grant. It was really challenging. So many amazing stories. There are so many people that applied that are going to be guests on the show in the next year or so, just because every time I read an application, I was like, well, that would be an amazing story. That would be an awesome story. We have to have them on. So don't be surprised if you applied and we reach out at some point asking you to be on the show to tell this story. And also, before we dive into who the winners are, I want to thank our sponsors, because the winners here, the three winners, are not only getting some cash, they're also getting some gear. We want to thank Petzl for making incredible headlamps and other stuff, of course, but I know them well for their headlamps. And Gigi for making awesome, comfortable, wonderful socks for adventures. Every adventure pretty much needs socks. Gnarly Nutrition for keeping your nutrition on point for adventure training and being on the adventure. Exped for making incredibly thought-out gear, high quality. I love all my Exped gear. And then also Athletic Brewing, who makes the world's best non-alcoholic craft beer. Of course, that's my opinion, but there's also plenty of data to back that up. These folks are helping us really make this grant the best one we've ever done. So thank you to everybody that has applied, and thank you to our sponsors. All right, without further ado, let's jump into who the winners are. Drum roll, please. Wait a second. We don't have a drum roll. We don't have that in the budget. Okay, and I don't know how to play drums or do a drum roll. I could probably look it up, but I'm not going to worry about the sound effect. All right. And by the way, I apologize. I might not pronounce your name exactly the way it's supposed to be pronounced, so we'll work on that when we have you on the show. But for third place, the winner is Joey Burgess. Joey is doing an amazing adventure, climbing a mountain and taking someone with him, someone he's mentoring. We're going to have each of these winners go into a little more detail themselves coming up on Instagram. So we're going to ask them to either share something about these trips, and we're going to post it there. So that's where you're going to learn more. So we're not going to share a ton here. It's going to be very high level, very basic, and they're going to dive in. So be following us on Instagram. But third place winner, Joey Burgess, congratulations. All right, now for second place, amazing adventure. I cannot wait to hear more about this one. Miho Ada. Miho is doing a pretty ridiculous adventure. The Pacific Crest Trail is part of it. That's all I'll say. It is part of it, not in full, but it's part of the adventure. There is more to it than just that. So congratulations, Miho, for second place. First place, the adventure that's getting the $1,000, all the gear I mentioned before, and is going to be a guest, of course, just like the other two, Allison Alsop. Allison's trip is going to be called the Ohio Project, and that's all I'm going to say about it, and I'm super stoked about it. So congratulations to the winners. You'll be hearing from us very soon, and follow along on Instagram to see a little bit more and hear a little more about what these adventures are going to be, when they're going to be happening, and be listening on this show for when we interview these guests. I cannot wait to have each of them on the show to talk about these adventures, and thank you to everybody that has participated in the 2023 Adventure Sports Podcast Adventure Grant. Get out there and have some fun.